Shalom, it's your brother Yawanathan. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rekar Kadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth and sincerity, all right? May the blessing of election be upon your house. I lost a cousin yesterday in a car wreck. And it's just been, people in Great Millstone that have passed recently in car wrecks. So, you got to be circumspect on the road. I'm not sure on all the details on how my cousin passed. I know he didn't make it. I know there's other people in the car with him. But I'm the oldest of 7, but I wasn't around my brothers and sisters that often. He was the closest thing probably to a younger brother that I had within my, my family in the world. But one thing I have learned about losing people or so-called loss, the Lord does particular things for a reason. When I first came into the truth, I was just starting to get a relationship with my father because he had been in prison for, my whole young life. So my freshman year playing ball at University of Pittsburgh, he was getting out of jail, and he was going to be able to, be on the road. He was driving trucks, and he was going to be able to, come to some of my games. But he was murdered, and that was the catalyst for me to start inquiring about, man, why do our people suffer? So why are we going through these things? And surfing on YouTube, I ran across the apostles and elders, man. And I was like, damn, they start going into, the predicament of our people and how the Lord put that upon us for our own disobedience, and how we get back to the Lord, and how we're going to receive our inheritance, which is the earth and all the people in it and all the things in it. The earth was made for our sakes. And one of the things that stuck out to me, Apostle Tahar said, what? And don't believe me, man. Look it up for yourself. And I'm going behind them after they're bringing out these points. And I'm like, damn, it does say that. So, I lost my father, my earthly father, right? But the Lord, it was kind of like he kind of grabbed me by the collar and shook me. Like, wake up. You know what I mean? And that was like the catalyst for me to start to inquire and think about, things that are, think about things, life bigger than basketball and my so-called dreams, right? Think about be a part of something bigger than myself. And that's what this truth is all about, being a part of something that's bigger than yourself, man. So the Lord is going to be nigh to them that are of a broken heart and a contrite spirit. Let's read that. This is Psalms 34:18. It says, the Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. I mean, contrite means to be remorseful. All right. And part of, some of the reoccurring themes when you hear about brothers' stories and coming to the truth, man, you get in a place where you're kind of of a broken heart. And then you learn about why people and why you are in the predicament that you're in, and you have that remorseful spirit, like, damn, Oh, let's go to Revelation 21:4. So when you realize this and you come to the fact of the pathway back, you start to long for the kingdom. And everybody that we lose or forsake here on this side, the Lord's going to give us 100-fold. He told us that. He told the disciples that, man. Let's go get that real quick before I read that scripture in Revelation. Okay, this is Matthew 19, and I'll start at 27. It says, Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And you got to realize when the disciples, they forsook their lives. They had families, children, all of that. I'm pretty sure at some point in time while they were following Yahawashi, relatives had passed away. Things had changed back home. Certain predicaments were happening, to their families and different things of the such. They forsook it all. But it was an investment. It's an investment, man. We're going to get returned. The Lord isn't going to, forsake those who have forsaken everything for him. It's the least we could do. It's our reasonable service for the sacrifice that was made for us. Verse 27 again. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, all right, and that's another thing about life and death. Death isn't final. See, in this world, they teach you that death is final. Like somebody dies, oh, that's it, and we don't really know what happened. No, the scriptures tell us all spirits return unto the Father. And then people come back here upon earth and live out their judgment. Think about this time, man, with all these prophecies playing out. People that are passing away right now, man, and they're gonna come back. The Israelites, they're gonna come back in the kingdom, unless the Lord has a spirit that He just wants to, override and put back here for judgment. But they're gonna come back in the kingdom, at peace, in righteousness, in new bodies, with the laws written within their inward parts. They didn't have to go through the horrible destruction and perilous times that are coming. That's a blessing. You got to pull the good out of the negative. Okay. Yeah. Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, his real name in the Hebrew is Yahushua, he delivers. All right. Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, because there's going to be a transference of power. When we go to, because we know who sits upon the rulership seat now is the Amalekites, the so-called JOO. And we have to use code words and things like that because YouTube flags our videos for the people that are new. Eldi Ashawamba made that point, Camp Tuesday. A lot of the jargon that we use regarding to shorten things up, there's new people coming into the understanding, so we got to speak in layman terms. All right, so this is Sirach 10:8 or Ecclesiasticus 10:8 in the Apocrypha. Right, and the Apocrypha is a part of the Bible. It was taken out in the 1800s, but this is originally between the First Testament and the Second Testament, the Apocrypha, or the Old and the New. I don't really like the term the Old and the New, because in the world, that vibration of the Old Testament kind of is disannulled by, it's voided by the New Testament. No, they go hand in hand. They coincide. Okay, but this is Sirach 10:8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. And who dealt that way? Who got their riches by deceit? Who came over and took the land from our brothers? From the Northern Kingdom. Who built a debt society with their debt notes? Who got hundreds of years of free labor from our people to establish the economic stronghold in the world? All right? Sirach 10:8 again. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So there's going to be a change. There's going to be a regime change. All right? And that's what we're reading. That's what we were reading in Matthew, the 19th chapter. So let's go back there and finish that out, okay? All right, Matthew 19:28. And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And our people aren't going to need to be literally judged, because the laws are going to be written within their inward parts, but they're going to be the governing body of the kingdom of heaven, which is governing the world. All right. And the other nations who do not have the laws written within their inward parts, because this covenant, that new body, all right, that extraterrestrial body is only going to be for the children of Israel. Now, these other nations, they're still going to be regular people. They're still going to have that tussle with the flesh. They're still going to need to be corrected. There's judgment still going to be needed to go out. And the governing body of the nation of Israel is going to push out that governance. And the world's going to be better for it. You know? Now, the disciples forsaking their families at that time are going to receive a much greater reward. They're going to receive their mothers, their houses, their families back. A lot of those same spirits are going to be under their belt, man. This is much bigger than right now. Okay, this is verse 29. And everyone that have forsaken, this is the point here, and everyone that have forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. Because you got to remember, this isn't our first go around here. There's no new thing under the sun. And if that's true, like the scriptures say, are you new? No, spirits are eternal. Spirits come back every 3 to 4 generations, thus saith the Bible. So you've had a bunch of fathers and mothers and families, cousins. You've been linked to a bunch of different lands. Our main land we're linked to, of course, is Jerusalem, Israel. But if you're a man of the Lord, or if the Lord is dealing with you, you're one of those spirits chosen before the foundation of the earth. You've been forsaking all of that over and over and over and over again. So you're going to receive it 100-fold. To take that in, because you've been here, hundreds of times. Your spirit's been coming back into the earth over and over and over. Maybe not hundreds of times. I'm trying to do the math in my head. But you've been here over and over and over, forsaking everything to follow and walk after the Lord. The Lord's going to 100-fold that. That's big, man. We're gonna be like little Abrahams. We're all gonna be the father of nations. Because in the kingdom, we're not gonna perish. We're gonna be multiplying. We're gonna be populating the earth. Earth is huge, and we're gonna branch out. The Lord says in His house there are many mansions, and that's going into other planets. So we're gonna be branching out and continue to grow, man. It's gonna be beautiful. So that death thing, man, it's not something that's final. It doesn't make it hurt less, but it isn't something that's final and that's comfort to our souls. Because we truly believe, we truly have the faith that the Lord is going to, make all the hurt and the pain that we went through. He's going to make it right. All right, so now let's go to Revelation 21:4. Okay, and that reads, it says, and Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. We went through a lot of suffering on this side due to us, going off. We seen what the end of wickedness was due to us going off. And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, because we're going to be immortal in that time. Neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for former things are passed away. That's not going to be a part of our walk anymore, man. And that's why we long for the kingdom so dearly. You see? Now let's go to I'll just read this real quick. Go to Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, because there's a time and season for everything. And right now we're going through that season where we do die, where we do lose people, where we do go through pain and we feel sorrow. But within that, that's a motivation for us to continue to be on fire and walk uprightly. All right, so Ecclesiastes 3:1, it says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up. Right now we're being built, our faith is being built up to endure this test that's on the way. All right. And we have little tests every day. Before we have our big exam, we have little tests that we deal with, We lose people, we go through little adversities here and there. And it's all to equip us, make sure our arsenal is intact to deal with the various things that are going to be a part of the final exam, so that we can endure unto the end, right? So, losing someone or going through different adversities, that's not an occasion to fold. It's an occasion to be built up. It's an occasion to, to build your faith. To be like, you know what? The Lord's going to allow me to weather this storm. Verse 4 again, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, A time to get and a time to lose. Right now, we've been losing. It's looking like, man, how can we come back from this? But this is about to be the greatest comeback story ever told. A time to keep and a time to cast away. Verse 7. A time to rend and a time to sue. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. What profit hath he that worketh in that wherewith he labor? I have seen the travail which Yahweh hath given to the sons of men to be exercised in it. We're being exercised in travail, man. We're being built up so that we're equipped to deal with whatever comes. And the Lord is not going to put on any person more than they can bear. So if you're going through it, you must be equipped to get through it. Verse 11. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. Also he hath set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the work that Yahweh maketh from the beginning to the end. I know that there is no good in them, but for a man to rejoice and to do good in his life, and also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor. And we've been laboring in this work. We're going to receive that 100-fold, man. Don't void all your hard work. Don't void it by folding now. We're getting to the end of this thing. It is the gift of Yahweh. Verse 14. I know that whatsoever Yahweh doeth, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it. And Yahweh doeth it, that men should fear before him. And also, when you lose people, when particular judgment happen close, when they happen close to home, it inspires you to what? Examine yourself also. Because you know the Lord had to pull someone's card. You know the Lord does all these things, right? Amos 3:6. So there be evil in the city and the Lord hath not done it. So it forces you to examine yourself. Like, damn, man, am I on point? Am I doing the things I need to be doing to be covered? It puts you in that mindset. So I got one more precept and then we'll close up with that. This 1 Thessalonians 4:13. It says, but I will not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as other people which have no hope. We have hope, man. Verse 14. We have hope that the Lord is going to wipe away our tears. We have hope on how the Lord explained to us how life and death works, how those spirits are going to come back in the kingdom, man. And they're going to enjoy life to its fullest extent. For if we believe that Yahweh Shah dieth and roseth again, even so them also which are asleep in Yahweh Shah will Yahweh bring forth, will Yahweh bring with him. You know what I mean? So that's something that we got to understand. So, just a quick lesson before I get my day started, man. I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right? May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.